guys, welcome back to my garden. In today's video I have a couple of different things that I need to get done. I do have like a small floral arrangement, nothing over the top, just something real quick, no greenery, just something to just bring those beautiful spring vibes from the outside in. And then I am going to go in and kind of just tidy up like some of this, like my window box here. It started off completely beautiful. It has been through several frost warnings. It has been through temperatures down in, literally, you guys, literally this window box has went through temperatures down in the 20s, but that's okay. And I'm just going to bring you guys along with me as I do a couple of my chores. Now this will more than likely span over 2 days. I do have a little bit of fountain maintenance that I'm going to be doing, so more than one fountain maintenance. So I'm going to bring you guys along with me. Everything is looking completely gorgeous and beautiful, you guys. So let's go ahead and start working on everything. So I went ahead, I watered in all of my flowers, and you guys, when I'm watering my flowers in a lot of the videos, it might seem like I only hit my flowers with maybe 1 or 2 seconds of water, but in all actuality, I literally make sure that I give my plants a good saturation. So when I water my plants, I make sure I go through and I soak everything, and that way it's able to go on, continue to thrive, you all. Now in one of my videos it was mentioned that, but it was something to the extent of, you know, the root balls were extremely dry and I only gave them just a small little bit of water, which I understand. But when you're doing videos, for me, I edited out so much of how much water I actually gave those plants. But you guys, I have been container gardening for years, and that's one of the things that you learn as you start to do things. You have more experience with them. Now the caveat, when I water my plants, if I know that it's going to be raining and I know that my plant is in an area where it's open to the elements, of course I'm not going to go in and saturate that root ball, because then when it comes down and it rains, especially if it's supposed to rain consecutive days in a row, what's going to happen is that plant is going to get waterlogged. It's not going to be very happy, and then I won't have container gardening success. So now I want to move on to the next area, and let's get these chores knocked out, you guys. All right, you guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and do another floral arrangement. So let's go ahead, head over to the cutting patch, and we'll get some beautiful tulips for a beautiful spring arrangement, you guys. One of the things that I try to make sure that I do when I'm out pulling from my flower patch, and this goes for the wintertime as well as the summertime, when I'm pulling any type of organic matter, like I just pulled out some of my leaf mulch that I have right here, That's something that I've used in my garden for years. I'll go in, I'll put a layer, and then I'll mulch over the top of it. So I give back to the soil just as much as I take away. When I'm pulling, I make sure I put my organic matter back in the bed where it came from. So I just took those leaves and just put them down in the bed here. So I'm going to pull a few more, and then we'll be ready to do our floral arrangement. These look good right here. And I definitely love to pull ones where you pull them up and it's 2 tulips on one stem here. Like these right here. These look really good. Yes, honey, we want everything that looks good to go in the floral arrangement, honey. Alright, so it is starting to just lightly sprinkle. Doesn't scare me. I'm going to continue doing what I need to do. And then if it gets out of control, then I'll go ahead and just see what happens. So I'm just going in and I am pulling out anything that's going to be in the water line to make sure I'm able to keep my water clean and keep bacteria away from my little floral arrangement here. And so I pull out with the bulb attached. That way I have this beautiful long stem. You guys, you can really make some beautiful floral arrangements that are showstoppers. And all your friends will be wanting to know, what did you do? And the only thing you did was use a couple of tips and tricks, baby. I love it. Alright, so one of the things I like to do is I like to take a single stem here. And what I'll do with the single stem is I'll lay that stem on the table in front of the floral arrangement, so it just almost naturally looks like the stem fell off and you left it there. It just gives it a little bit of added elegance. beautiful fountain that I really enjoy, and it's actually the fountain that my boys got me for Mother's Day. And so anytime there's an issue with this fountain, it literally has to be dismantled. And my husband, he's already went in, he's already taken the top urn down, and then he's moved the concrete piece over. So let's go ahead and get started and see what's going on with this fountain. Messing around with this pump, and I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna try to turn the volume up on it to see if I can get it to flow, but if not, we're gonna go check the bucket and see which ones we can change it out with. Now I typically like to use the pumps that have a light attached to them. And one of the things though, when you buy your pumps with the light system attached to it, when you have to replace your pump, you have to go in and replace the light, unless you have or know yourself how to wire in the light to the new pump that you end up buying. So I'm going to go ahead and check these out real quick and see if I have one, you know, that I can end up using without having to go purchase one. Because the pump for that size fountain will probably run me about $90, $90 to $100 with the light. And I try to save money because, hey, $100 can plant you up a real nice container. And that's a large container at that. So we got a few different options here, and if we can't, then we'll go ahead and we'll run and we'll go get another. In order to see if these pumps are going to work, what we're going to do is we're going to submerge this into a little bit of water. So it may take a little bit of fiddling around in order for me to see if the pump works. Okay, so this one looks like it's working pretty good, but let's check it out. Bam! Yes, honey. The light is a little dim. You guys see how dim the light is, but we can change that out, baby. Yes, honey. Yes to the gods. Let me make sure this is the right one. Is this the one plugged up? Yep. So let's switch the light out so the light is not as dim. Hey! Hey! Yes, baby. Now we ain't got to spend no money on no pump. Let's go ahead back over there and get our fountain together. Yes. I probably need to grab the pump first before I talk about let's run it over there. Let me get the pump, honey. And I'll meet y'all over there and we're going to go ahead and take the fountain apart. Alright, so this is how I have everything together, and that way it protects and makes sure no water gets into my extension cord, because if the extension cord goes bad, then I'll have to turn right back around and buy a new extension cord and have to take all of this down. I don't really feel like it's worth it. Fountain up and running. I'm so excited about that. I do want to go in and do a little bit of container maintenance here. Now you guys, I love to plant up those containers where I don't have any type of maintenance. Sometimes it's just not possible depending on the type of flowers that you're putting in your containers, you guys. So what I'm doing in here is I'm just coming in and I'm deadheading the ranunculus, you guys. Now we have been getting a pretty good length of time out of our ranunculus here. We don't have any insect pressure, but it's starting to warm up. We have a lot of bugs here, and the ranunculus, when you use them in containers, you guys, you can have blooms for a very long time. So I've cleaned these up for the most part. Hold on, I have one that's dead. Let me get in there. And I'm just cutting all the way down the stem, you guys. And you see I have buds in all different stages. This area is looking pretty good. Now, we are coming in and we are going to make a lot of changes over here in this area. We're waiting on a few different things to come together, and you guys, I have been on pins and needles waiting for this to happen. So hopefully everything falls into place like it needs to fall into place. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.